All right, hello families. I think I have my volume on this time. I am going to try to keep this brief, as I know we're all busy, but I do want to get through some of this Unit 2 in math, with what they are learning and what the homework will look like tonight and then next week. So this unit, I'm going to try to reach around my propped up phone here without knocking it over. So this unit is having them represent numbers in various ways. So one way is with the quick drawing. So if I have a number like, let me pick an easy one, 143. One way to represent that would be expanded form. And so all they're doing is expanding each digit to show what it stands for. So if I have a 1 in the 100s place, that stands for 100. The 4 really means 40. And then, of course, the 3 is just the 3 1, so it looks like that. So they've learned this in class. Of course, we took much more time on that. And so they're starting to get the hang of that expanded form and just remembering, and it really gets them to think about what those digits actually mean according to what place they're in. So if it's in the ones place, that means there's 3 1s. In the tens place, that 4 really means 40. And then in the 100s place, of course, that 1 just means 100. So the other way we're learning is the quick drawing. So if I have 1s, I'm going to represent them with some circles, okay? And we looked on our math boards. We have these dots, we circled them, and we figured out that there are 10 in this column. And if we draw a line straight through it, we can represent a 10 with just a line. So if I take a line and cover up all 10, that line now means 10. And so that's where our 10 sticks come from. And then, of course, when we have all 10 sticks, it would create this 100 square. So that's where those came from, the 1 circles, the 10 sticks, and the 100 square. And so they've practiced that on these math boards. So now they should know, if I have a 3 in the 1s place, that means 3 1s. The 4 in the 10s place, I'm going to represent that with 4 10 sticks. And then, of course, the 100 I'm representing with the square. That means 100. So those now are 2 different ways to represent this number, 143. It can be shown in expanded form, in quick drawings. And then lastly, today, it actually had them spelling them out. It had, you'll see from their math sheet, it had the words. So literally spelling it out, 100. And it had the words there for them. And then they had to find the digits that would go with it. But I don't think they are required to do that on homework at all. So let me look at tonight's homework. And I did go over last night's homework with them because they seemed a little confused, some of them. And so when we looked at like 50 plus 40, if we knew that 5 and 4, they started to obviously see, the correlation between the single digits and in the tens. So the 5 and the 4 they knew is 9. But then we looked at this 50, and what that really means is 5 tens. Right? And then the 4 tens. So now we put it together to figure out that there were 9 tens. And so if you have 9 tens, what does 9 tens mean? It means 90. So then once they kind of grasped that concept, they were able to see that correlation. And of course, 5 and 4 is 9, so 50 and 40 is 90. 8 and 1 is 9, so 80 and 10 is 90. And they did get this one. They seem to mostly get that the 3 and the 7 made a 10, and therefore if I had 3 10s and 7 10s all together, I would have 10 10s, and what is 10 10s? It's 100. So they did seem to get a handle on this when we went over it today. So tonight's homework for Wednesday, the 30th, is what they did in class today. And so you'll see this on their math sheet. And I actually did this with them on the board today. So they've seen all of these done. And so up here, they want them to, they did the expanded form for us on the first one, but they also are expected to do the quick drawing. So they would show the 100 square, the 7 10 sticks, and then the 6 1s. So that's what they're looking for. And so this one would be the 100 plus the 40 plus the 3, and we would show it with 100, 4 10 sticks, and 3 1s. So that's what they're looking for on the top part of the homework. And then down here, they're kind of just doing it the opposite. If I look at this drawing, how many hundreds are there? There's 1. There's the 100 square. How many 10s are there? Well, there's 5 right here. They always group the 5 together. Same with the 1 circles. They put 5 on the top row, so it makes it easier to count. So there's 1 100 square. There are 6 of the 10 sticks, and there are 3 of the 1s. So that made the number 163, which if we expanded would be the 100 plus the 60, right? Because 6 10s really means 60. So this part of the math unit is really trying to get them to understand place value and see that when you have a digit in the tens place, it really means 4 tens, which equals 40. So this number, this 4 right here, really means 40. It doesn't just mean 4. And so kind of spreading it out and expanding it like this sort of gets them to think of it that way. All right, so that's tonight's homework. You do not have homework for Halloween. They will not have homework tomorrow night. Next week, they will have homework on Monday. They do not have school on Tuesday, so they will not have homework on Tuesday, but they will have homework on Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm just going to quickly show you what next week's homework looks like. Here we are comparing numbers. So we're just thinking about when it says make a drawing for each number. You know, here's my 131 and my 141. And so if we're thinking about place value, the hundreds are always going to be the biggest. You know, so if I had one of them had more hundreds, then it's obviously the bigger number. Then we look at the tens place. There's more tens here, so this number, of course, would be bigger. The alligator always wants to open his mouth to the bigger number and point at the smaller number. So they haven't done this yet. We'll be doing this on Monday. We will take plenty of class time to teach this and to work with it and to understand it. But this is what Monday's homework will look like. And then no school on Tuesday. When they come on Wednesday, they will have... yay, word problems. However, they're not complex. They are all adding. They're putting 2 numbers together on all of them. So they're not complex word problems, but they are bigger numbers. And so now we're starting to look at double-digit addition. However, they're not quite doing the traditional algorithm yet. I'm going to show you how the book kind of does the double-digit addition. And so Wednesday night's homework will have all these word problems. They are all adding. Thursday night's homework, couple of word problems, and then just some 2-digit addition problems. So on Wednesday and Thursday, they will be learning to add these big numbers using those quick drawings and the expanded form method. And so if I was adding 25 plus 37, okay, or 25 plus 37, however they write it out, the quick drawing method, I'm going to draw my 20, oops, sorry about that, I don't need 100 square, my 25, okay, and then I'm going to draw my 37, okay, and now I'm going to be putting them together. So we are going to learn right away that we always put the ones together. So if I put all my ones together, how many do I have? I have 7 plus 5. 6, 7, and 5. And they're going to quickly see that they could take 10 of those ones and turn them into a 10 stick. I know I'm doing this really fast and messy for you guys, but I just want you to kind of see, you know, quickly what we're doing. And when we do it with them on Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be taking a lot of time. We'll be using actual base 10 blocks and actual 10 sticks and ones, and they'll be putting the blocks together and trading them in for a 10 stick. So they'll be doing it, you know, with manipulatives with their hands. They'll be using the whiteboards to do this. But I'm just quickly showing you how the quick drawing works for double-digit addition. So they made that into a 10 stick. So now how many ones do they have? They only have 2 ones, right? So they know 2 is going to be in the ones place. Okay, so the 2 goes in the ones place. Now, how many 10 sticks? If I put all my 10 sticks together, there's 2, there's 3, and then the one more that I made, which we can't forget that one that we made. When we set this up a little neater, they'll put them together. All right, so the 2 and the 3 is going to make a 5, and then, of course, the one more makes a 6. And so that's the quick drawing method for adding double digits. And then they'll move on to expanded form method, which means if I'm expanding 25, it really means 20 plus 5, right? And if I'm expanding 37, it really means 30 plus 7, okay? So now, if I put my 7 and 5 together, that's going to be a 12. And if I put 30 and 20 together, that's going to be a 50. So now I have to see that 10, right? So that 10 can go over here. So now I have a 60 plus a 2, which would equal 62. So quick drawing method, expanding method of adding 2 digits like this, 2-digit addition, it really helps them understand the place value so that when we do get to the traditional algorithm, which we will, I know you're all cringing at quick drawing and expanded form, we will get to the traditional algorithm. The book has them add below, which is a little confusing. We do below and above just because we've all kind of learned the above method, which we put the 1 up here, right? When it's 5 and 7 is 12, I need to get that 1 into the tens place. I put it up here. In the book, it has them, they can add it here as well. So if you see that, that's all that means is that 1 from the 12 went right there, and they can kind of see how the 12 works. So for some of them, visually, it just helps to put it on the bottom. But for some of them, they want to put it on the top because maybe that's what they've learned at home or other ways. All right, so we put the 12 there, and then of course the 3 and the 2 is a 5, and 1 more is the 6. So we will get to this. It's the most efficient method. It's what we all kind of know, the traditional algorithm. So we will get there, but first they need to learn the quick drawing and the expanded form methods just to help them understand and have a deeper understanding of the place value and why they're doing this. You know, when we add the 1, why? Why are we putting that there? And so using the 10 sticks and the hundreds blocks and the little ones blocks. We'll be doing that, manipulating with our hands and figuring that out. We'll be putting them together, trading them in, etc. We'll be doing the quick drawings, we'll be doing expanded form, and then we will get to that algorithm. So good luck with homework tonight and 3 nights next week. And then I'll make a new video after that. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.